Serie A is back. Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today welcome to game week 4 of the Serie A predictions. And yeah, I said this for the Premier League predictions earlier, it felt like ages since I last did a Serie A predictions video, but we're back. Serie A's back. There's not really as much exciting games, but it's going to be an interesting weekend, so yeah, let's get into it. Okay then, so the first game is Como against Bologna. Now, I have a feeling this will be an interesting game. Obviously, Bologna drawing 1-1 last time out against Empoli. For Como, it was a 1-0 defeat against Udinese. Now, Bologna, from the first 3 games, it hasn't really been the start that they really wanted to be honest. Obviously a 1-0 draw with Udinese in the opening game, which Bologna dominated, and then obviously the second game they travelled to Naples, which it was very poor performance. Of course, the last game against Empoli, considering Empoli last season they nearly got relegated and stuff, maybe the Bologna team aren't used to the style of play that Italiano wants to play, but I tell you what, for some reason I just have a weird feeling Como could get something out of this. In the last few games, well, the last 2 games especially, they've improved, and they look like that they can go and win a game. Maybe this could be the game, considering, like I just said, considering the start that Bologna have had. But I think this game has a draw written all over it, so I'm going to go with a draw. But it won't shock me if Como do get the 3 points here, but I'm going to sit on the fence and go Como 1, Bologna 1. Okay then, and the next game is Empoli against Juventus. Now, Juve, I think this generally should be a walk in the park for them. Obviously, their last game, a bit of a frustrating game, a 0-0 draw against Roma. I did watch that game. In all fairness, Roma kind of frustrated Juve, and Juve weren't themselves. They were, some of the passes they were making, they were sloppy, and it felt like a basketball game in a sense. But Empoli, obviously 1-0 draw against Bologna last time out, obviously a very good result for them. In all fairness, Bologna again kind of dominating that, but this is going to be a tough game for Empoli. Juve are a very, very good team. They're doing very well under Thiago Motta at the moment, so I can't see anything but a win for the old lady. So my prediction for this game is Empoli 0, Juventus 4-0 to Juve. And the final game on Saturday, it is AC Milan against Venezia from San Siro. Now, what is going on with Milan at the moment? Obviously, they are yet to win a game, 2 draws and a loss. It's not been the start that Paulo Fonseca would have wanted. So, of course, a 2-2 draw against Torino. They had to come in the first game, which they had to come back from. The second game against Parma, which they lost. And, of course, the last game against Lazio. In all fairness, it did look a bit of an even game, to be honest. But on paper, Milan have to win this game, considering they've got Liverpool next in the Champions League. And then after that, it is the Milan derby against Inter. So this is a must win game for Fonseca's team. If they don't win this, then it's probably going to be a bit embarrassing against Liverpool in the Champions League and against Inter in the Milan derby next on the 22nd of September, which I think is next Sunday. But Venezia, they came very close to getting something against Torino. In the first half, Torino did dominate, but the second half, Venezia came on, they showed a fight, they actually could have got a point. Venezia, Venezia, if they go to San Siro and win, considering the start Milan have had, Venezia, as well, considering Venezia always do very bad in Serie A, but for me, I think the pressure is more on the home team, Milan, considering the start of the season they've had. They've got to win this game to get a bit of confidence going into the upcoming 2 games against Liverpool in the Champions League and the Milan derby against Inter. I think Milan will win, but I will be honest, and it will not surprise me if Venezia do get something out of this, considering the start that Fonseca's team have but I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Milan, but again, we'll have to see what happens. Okay, then moving on to Sunday. I think we've got 5 games on Sunday, so yeah, of course, the first game, 11:30 a.m. kickoff UK time from Genova, and it is Genoa against Roma. Now, of course, Roma did draw 0-0 with Juve in their last game. In all fairness, I thought Roma were the better team. I thought Roma, like I said, the game felt like it felt like a basketball game. Roma were squeezing Juventus in. And yeah, of course, Genoa, of course, a very disappointing 2-0 defeat against Verona, not what they would have wanted, considering the 2 games before that, in the opening day, they drew to the champions Inter, and of course, the game after that, they beat Monza, which was a big win for them. But yeah, again, it's going to be a tough game, considering Roma, I thought they played very well against Juventus, considering as well the start that Juve have had, but yeah, I'm going to go with an away win, so my prediction is Genoa 0, Roma 2. Okay, then now we move on to the first 2 o'clock kickoff from Bergamo, and it is Atalanta against Fiorentina. Now, of course, Atalanta, their last game, a 4-0 defeat against Inter. Now, I mean, I thought Atalanta maybe would have given Inter a bit of a fight and made it a tough game, but I was completely wrong. Inter absolutely smoked Atalanta. Atalanta looked absolutely awful against Inter. I mean, I think Inter were like 2-0 up in like 5 minutes or something. Let me check. I swear Inter went 2-0 up quite early on. Yeah, they did. Inter were 2-0 up inside 10 minutes. I mean, it was just a howler for Atalanta, considering, I mean, they battered Lecce 4-0 the first. I mean, yeah, they did lose against Torino and that, but yeah, I mean, for Fiorentina, I mean, a 2-2 draw in the last game against Monza. But to be fair, Monza do look a decent team, to be fair, under Alessandro Nesta. So, I mean, I think this could go either way. I think Atalanta could win this thing. I think it could be a draw. Maybe Fiorentina could win it. I mean, I think it generally could go either way. But I'm going to go with a Desmond. I'm going to start the fence and go with a draw. So my prediction for this game is Atalanta 2, Fiorentina 2. I think there will be goals in this game, but I'm going to go with a draw. 2 apiece in Bergamo. And the second 2 o'clock kickoff from Turin, from the Stadio Olimpico Grande Torino. It is Torino against Lecce. Now, Lecce actually won their last game, 1-0 win for them against Cagliari. Big result for them. So obviously, well done to Lecce on winning that game. Obviously, Torino, they are actually still unbeaten. I mean, it's been a brilliant start to the season for Torino. They're actually on the same amount of points as Inter and Juve, and obviously Udinese as well. But yeah, I mean, from what I've seen so far, I have been quite impressed with Torino. Torino do look quite good, to be fair. I mean, the first game against AC Milan at San Siro, Torino did look really, really good in that game. And I mean, Lecce, I mean, yeah, I know the last game they won, but the start of the season they've had hasn't been great. So I think Torino will comfortably win this one. I'm going to go 3-0 to the home team. So Torino 3, Lecce 0. Okay, then, and the 5 o'clock kickoff comes from Cagliari at the Unipol Domus as Cagliari take on Napoli. Now, Napoli scoring 2 late goals to win 2-1 against Parma. I mean, first half, yeah, it was a bit, but the second half, again, just the second half impact. I mean, Napoli came out second half and they just outplayed Parma. I mean, that's what Conte does. If your team's not playing well, Conte will get into them. He'll motivate the team. And I think you can kind of tell he's doing that, because when Napoli aren't playing well, you can tell that Conte's not happy, and he tries to fire up the players, and it's kind of working half of the time. I mean, Cagliari, I mean, obviously they drew 0-0 with Roma on match day 1, which was a very good result, but ever since then, the second game 1-1 draw with Como, yeah, fair enough. I mean, Cagliari maybe could have won that game, but yeah, of course, the last game was a 1-0 defeat against Lecce. I mean, I thought Cagliari would have won that, to be honest. I mean, I said Cagliari would win 2-0 because considering Lecce, obviously, before that game, Lecce, started very, very poor. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough game for Cagliari, but I'm going to go with a win for Napoli. I think Cagliari will score, but I think Napoli win this one. But again, I think this will be an interesting watch, to be fair, but I'm going to go Cagliari 1, Napoli 3. Okay, then, and the 7:45 game from Monza, it is Monza against Inter. Now, of course, Inter, I mean, they absolutely smoked Atalanta in their last game, 4-0. For Monza, it was a 2-2 draw against Fiorentina. Again, a good result for Monza. I mean, in all fairness, the first half looked a bit even, not many shots towards goal. You know, possession looked a bit even, but the second half, Fiorentina came out. I mean, Monza actually didn't even have a shot in the second half in the game in Florence. So, but like I said, I mean, Monza are looking decent, to be fair, under Alessandro Nesta so far, and I'm kind of looking forward to watch this one. I mean, Monza are playing Inter. You know, Inter are a fantastic team. You know, they're champions of Italy, and if you watch the Serie A predictions, I do think Inter will defend the title, but yeah, I'm going to go with a win for Inter, but I'm looking forward to see how Monza get on in this game. But yeah, my prediction, I'm going to go 3-0 to Inter. Okay, then moving on to the penultimate game from the Stadio Ennio Tardini, as it is Parma against Udinese. I mean, I swear to God, how many home games have Parma played this season? I don't know. Again, I feel again this could be an interesting game. Parma, surprising everyone, they've done quite well. I know they did lose to Napoli, but yeah, but Parma have done quite well so far this season. Udinese, they've started well as well. They are unbeaten at the moment. They drew with Bologna, beat Lazio, beat Como. They're doing very well at the moment. Udinese taking considering, I mean, their pre-season under their new manager, I mean, it wasn't great, obviously the first 2 games of their pre-season they won quite comfortably because they played like 2 shit teams, but the last 2 pre-season games they played FC Köln and Al Hilal, and that's probably where Udinese were struggling, but they've done well so far this season, so should be an interesting game this, because 2 teams who have started very, very well, but again, I think this game's going to have goals. I mean, and I think Udinese will remain unbeaten, but it's going to be a tough game. Parma are a very, very good side, so I'm going to go with an away win. Like I said, goals galore. I've gone with a 5-goal thriller. Parma 2, Udinese 3 is my prediction. I'm going to go 2-3 to Udinese. If that happens, then that is a genius prediction. But yeah, anyway, the last game is Lazio against Hellas Verona. Now, of course, Verona did win their last game against Genoa. Very good result for them. Obviously, Lazio a 2-2 draw with Milan. I mean, like I said earlier, better than even game, to be honest. But I don't know why, but I just have some weird feeling that Verona are going to go and get something out of this. I don't know why. I just have a feeling it's going to happen. So, I mean, I'm just going to cut straight to the point, and I'm going to go with another Desmond of a draw. So, I'm going to go with another Desmond. So, yeah, I'm going to go Lazio 2, Hellas Verona 2. I mean, like I said, I just have this weird feeling that Verona are going to go to Rome and they're going to play well and they're going to get a result. I don't know. Like I said, I just don't know why. I just have a feeling it's going to happen. But yeah, I'm going to go 2-2 for this game at the Stadio Olimpico. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Smash a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Serie A predictions. Goodbye.